What we will discuss next is a specific black box testing approach. So a specific instance of the general approach that we just saw. And this approach is the category partition method and was defined by Ostrand and Balzer in 1988 in an article that appeared on the communications of the ACM. So this is a method for going from a specification, a description of the system, to a set of test cases, like any other black box testing approach, by following 6 steps. So let's look at what these steps are. The first step is to identify independently testable features. And this is a step that we're familiar with because it's exactly the same step that we performed in the generic black box testing approach that we just discussed. The second step is to identify categories. Then the next step is to partition categories into choices, identify constraints among choices, produce and evaluate test case specifications. And finally, the 6th step is to generate test cases from test case specifications. So 2 of the key elements in these 6 steps are the 2 that give the name to the technique, so the identification of the categories and the partitioning of these categories into choices. What we're going to do next is to go and look at each one of these steps independently, except for the first one, because we're already familiar with that step, and this method doesn't really add much to it.